This is Dejah.Mcgrew, Period 7, Contemporary Literature, with the Ordinary People interview. I am here with Keisha Stevens in Glenwood, Illinois, and we're going to begin now. Can you start off by telling us what your childhood was like?
My childhood was a bit complicated. I was forced to raise my brothers. I'm the only girl of 6 boys, so I was forced to raise my brothers that are younger than myself. I had very little adult supervision in my home, so I had to see them off to school, make sure they were dressed appropriately, and make sure homework and stuff was done, make sure they were fed every day. So I didn't have the average childhood that someone else might have.
Do you feel like you assumed the mother role?
Definitely that. To this day, my brothers at the age of 30 will tell people that I'm their mother.
Okay, we're moving on to question 2. What was the most exciting thing or moment you can remember as a child?
Exciting moment for me was spending time with my grandfather, going on road trips, visiting family down south, and sometimes I would call him just so I can get away from home, and he would pick me up when he had to go to work late at night at like 12 o'clock at night, and I would sleep in his van until the other workers left, and then he would come and get me, and we would do his rounds with him at work.
That's definitely an adventure. Okay, question number 3. Well, we all know, well, they might not know, but I know that you got pregnant young. Do you mind telling them what age you got pregnant?
16.
And how did that feel for you?
It was scary. It was scary. I knew what to expect just from raising my siblings, so I knew that it was not going to be an easy task. And for me, abortion just wasn't an option. So.
And was there any moment that you felt like maybe you couldn't handle it, or?
Yeah, when I first found out that I was pregnant, and then also in between the stage, I got second question things because I was informed by my father that I would never amount to nothing because I was pregnant now, and I would never be anything. So.
Do you believe you proved him wrong?
I definitely proved him wrong.
Okay, question number 4. Like that obstacle, what do you think you used to get over many obstacles in your life, or things you faced that were complicated?
What I've used is taking all my negative, taking everything negative in my life and making it positive. So anything that had some form of negative influence on me, I would turn it around and make it positive for myself. So just as well as my dad told me I would never amount to anything, I took that and totally turned it around, and I made it positive for myself.
So. Oh, that's very good. Okay, what is the proudest moment you can say you've had?
My proudest moment was watching my sons become young men and watching them graduate from high school. I come from a family of individuals who have not succeeded in life and who have not either graduated from even just something as high school. So to watch them break that cycle in our family, that's something that's huge for me. So,
do you hope or think that your kids will their outcome will be better than yours, or?
That's what the goal is, and I'm almost definite it will be. So, yeah.
Okay. Where do you feel you are in life as of right now? It can be either education-wise, financially, anything you feel that.
Education-wise, I'm still working on my degree, but I have been so blessed to be in the position that I'm in in regard to my job. So I'm grateful in that area. But it's not what I wanted to do. It was something I was put in to do. I had to do in order to create some type of life and stability for my child. So I got into this field for that very reason, and it worked thus far. So.
But do you believe that's what people should do? Do you believe people should chase after what they need at that moment, or what they would be happy with?
I think it depends on the situation. I think if you have someone else's life in your hand, you need to do whatever it takes, you know, to make things work for that moment. Because when you bring someone else into this world, it's no longer about you. It's about them. So you have to make those sacrifices. Because as a child, no, I did not want to be in the medical field. I wanted to be an attorney. But of course, we know that requires a lot of education. And that option to me was gone at that point. I didn't have family to assist me to get to where I wanted to be. So I had to take the quickest route.
Well, we know you got arguing down pat, so we didn't have to worry about that area. All right, and the last question I'm going to ask you today is, would you consider yourself an ordinary person? And what is your definition of ordinary?
Ordinary to me would be someone who live a life of an ordinary person, such as you're in a home with your kids, or you have your spouse with what they consider as a normal home today. You know, so I feel at this point in my life, yes, I am an ordinary person. I have ordinary kids. They do some unordinary things, but for the most part, I think I have an ordinary life. I work every day. I, go to school. I have my own home. So for that reason, I consider myself an ordinary person. Yeah.
Okay, that will conclude our interview for today. I'm Dejah, and once again, this is Keisha Stevens. This is my boyfriend's mom, you guys. All right, and that'll be all.